Yo, what up, my betting family? We back with another video here at No Limit Bets for the NFL Divisional Round on Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. I'm going to be bringing out my top 6 picks for today's games. Before we get started on today's video, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one. And hopefully we could make it a better day by winning some money. Just to do a quick recap of yesterday's picks. Man, oh man, we almost had the full 6 pick sweep, man. As you guys can see, we went 5-1. I was a little bit disappointed on this one. On Jerry McKinnon, and I'm going to explain to y'all why here in a second. But as you guys can see, we were able to hit the overs. Miles Sanders, rushing props, Travis Kelce and Zay Jones receiving yards. And then we took the under on Daniel Jones pass completions and Darius Slayton receptions. That Giants and Eagles game, it was a blowout from the beginning. It was just a mismatch overall. The Giants weren't ready. They didn't game plan right. Whatever the case may be, it was just a complete blowout and disappointment. But to get to the real disappointment of Jared McKinnon. Now, you guys can see I took the under on 21.5 yards at 1:15 in the afternoon. Obviously, he was able to hit it with 25, and that came on the last rush attempt for the game that the Chiefs had. They literally were running the clock down. They ran the ball. They were going to punt it away. And they gave it to Jared McKinnon instead of Pacheco. And he was able to get 5 yards off that one carry. If he didn't get those 5 yards, we would have been able to hit the under because he was at 20. That was one part of it. The second part and the main part, as you guys can see, the next slip I put up at 3:34. Which I went 4-2 on that one. I also took the under on Jared McKinnon, but they had him at 25.5 rushing yards at 3:30. But at 1:15, they had him at 21.5 rushing yards. That right there was, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it jumped up 4 yards, not sure why. They usually jump it up 1 or 2 yards. I've seen that, but 4 yards. Let me know down in the comments if you've seen that big of a jump within a 2-hour span. But obviously, if they would have gave me the 25.5 yards, I would have still took the under and we would have swept on this slip. But it is what it is. 5-1. I'll definitely take that any day of the week. We came close, but we're going to make it happen today. So I'm going to be bringing y'all my top 6 picks, like I said, for today. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, if you guys enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. We're 34 subscribers away. So if you guys can, like I said, it's truly appreciated. Please smash that subscribe button. But let's get into it, to today's picks. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a Russian attempts prop, and we're going to go ahead and take James Cook over 8.5 rush attempts. As you guys can see, his last 4 games, he's hit this 3 out of the last 4. The main one I'm focusing on is against Miami. He had 12. I mean, this is a totally different season. It is the playoffs. It's one game and you're done pretty much. So with the Buffalo Bills, they're going up against the Bengals. This is going to be a very, very intense game, emotional game with what happened to Hamlin last time they played. So I know that Buffalo crowd is going to be going wild. Also, the weather could come in effect. I think there's like a 50% chance of snow. So with those two things, mainly the weather, I think they're definitely going to run the ball here and there a little bit more often if it definitely starts snowing. And I just see him hitting those 9 attempts lately. He has been getting more reps. Him and Singletary have been sharing the backcourt for the last couple of weeks. And they've been utilizing James Cook more and more each game. So I like this prop here over 8.5 rush attempts against the Bengals. So we're gonna rock with that. For our second pick, we're gonna go to a reception prop. We're gonna stick to the same game, and we're gonna take Hayden Hurts over 3.5 receptions. As you guys can see, has hit this 3 out of the last 5 games. The last two, excuse me, the last two came against the Ravens, and one of them came against the Titans. Both teams that could stop the run. I think that Buffalo is in that level of those two. They definitely can stop the run, and also the Bengals are. I see them more as a pass first team than a rush team. Now with Hayden Hurts, where he comes in, I believe that the Buffalo Bills obviously are going to be keen in focusing on their main targets, Jamar Chase and Higgins. So this should open up maybe some one-on-ones with Hayden Hurts, and I see them utilizing him a lot, especially when they starts the blitz, excuse me, and Mixon, their running back is going to be blocking. So Hayden Hurts should be opened up to get these 4 receptions for us. So we're going to rock with that one. Moving on to our third pick, we're going to go to the San Francisco and Cowboys game, and we're going to go to a rushing prop. Now with this one, we're going to go ahead and take Christian McCaffrey over 65.5 rushing yards. As you guys can see, he killed this line against Seattle with 119. It looks from the last 5 games, he has 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on. If you look at it that way, obviously it predicts that he'll have an off week. I don't see that. I mean, like I said, this is the playoffs. This is a totally different scenario. It's a one and done type of games, as we all know. And I just feel like they're going to utilize their key players, especially on the run. McCaffrey, I mean, there's what's understood and got to be said. McCaffrey's going to do McCaffrey things. He's utilized a lot in this offense, and I just see him getting the 66. Also, Dallas does have a little bit of a weakness of stopping the run, so that makes me like this prop even more. So we're going to go ahead and take McCaffrey over 65.5 yards. Moving on to our fourth pick. We're going to go back to the Bengals and Cincinnati game. And we're going to go ahead to a punts prop. And we're going to take Drew Chrisman over 3.5 punts. Pretty much the Cincinnati punter. Now, as you guys can see, over the last 5 games, he's hit the over on 3 out of the last 4, with 2 of them coming right on hook with 3. With this one, I just feel like I was explaining earlier, the Buffalo crowd this game is gonna be intense because of the Hamlin situation. The crowd is gonna be going crazy. Also, the weather might come into effect. I don't see this. I mean, it could be a high-scoring game. I don't see it being a high-scoring game. I see, obviously, at least 4 3-and-outs for the Bengals. Not necessarily on their first possession of a drive, but, they could get a couple first down and, not make it to field goal range where they have to punt pretty much. So go ahead and take that 4 punt from the Bengals punter. For our 5th pick, we're going to go back to the last 2 picks. Actually, we're going to go to the Dallas and San Francisco game. One of them, we're going to go with a pass attempt prop. And we're going to go ahead and take Dak Prescott over 34.5 pass attempts. Now, as you guys can see, he's hit this 3 out of the last 5 games. Last game against Tampa Bay, obviously, that was the wild card weekend. He ended at 33, came close to it. With San Francisco, I mean, this game, I see it as pretty much San Francisco stopping Dallas rush attack. San Francisco obviously has a top rush defense, and I just don't see, I pretty much don't see the Cowboys being able to run the ball, which is going to lead them to keep throwing. Also, it could get a little, they could fall behind, I should say, and they should They're probably not fully abandon the run, but they're gonna throw to catch up. So either way, I like this prop. He should be able to get those 35 pass attempts. Last week, it was kind of similar situation with Geno. Obviously, they had Walker as their running back, but Geno threw 35 times either way. So I see it repeating again. He could go over. He might be closer to the 40 pass attempts mark. So we're gonna rock with that one. And for our last pick, we're gonna stick with the same one, same game, I should say. And we're gonna go to a receiving prop, and we're gonna take Brandon Ayuk over 54.5 receiving yards. Now with this one, obviously, he's hit this 4 out of the last 5 games, averaging 66.6. Last game against Seattle, which was the wild card game, he had 73. I think with this one, obviously Brandon is one of the top receivers, but I think the most attention is going to be put towards McCaffrey, Debo, maybe even Kittle, to where it opens up for Brandon Ayuk. Now, was leaning towards Kittle, but I just decided to go with Brandon Ayuk with the 55 yards, being that they're pretty much their number one receiver. So we're gonna go ahead and rock with that. Those are gonna be my top 6 picks for today. Couldn't find no unders pretty much, so we're taking the over on all of them. And as I always say in all my videos, even if you agree with the play, do your own research. Don't just take my word for it or anybody else's words for it. Obviously, yeah, do your own research. If you don't like any of them, obviously don't pick any of them. If you just like 1 or 2 of them to match them up with the picks that you may have, certainly do that. And then also, we always do it here at No Limit Bets. Take low risk, high reward. So we'll go ahead and bet the $5 for the chance of 125. That's going to be it for today's video. Those are my top 6 picks. Hope y'all have a good rest of your Sunday, and let's get this money.